Yeah.
Hopefully a lot of people are doing that. I know it's very tempting to be outside. It's the holiday. There's fireworks, there's grilling, there's the pool, which is all good, but you just have to take your necessary heat precautions and at least be drinking some water and staying hydrated, because eventually things are going to get downright dangerous down the road. Today, we did hit a high of 98 degrees, and so far for Oklahoma City, we've had 25 days where we've at least hit 90 degrees. We have not had any days of 100 degrees or higher, but we are expecting to see that number actually increase, though, later this week. It looks like it is coming. In fact, we do have a heat advisory for parts of central, northern, eastern Oklahoma that at least goes through tomorrow, where it could feel upwards of around 105 to 110 degrees. We do actually have a little bit of relief in western Oklahoma as far as rain is concerned, even a few thunderstorms, some lightning strikes, and maybe up to pea-sized hail from time to time. And everything's kind of moving off to the northeast at about 30 to 35 miles an hour. We have not had any severe storms, really keeping the severe threat at bay today, but there could be some strong storms, some heavy downpours, and some lightning, maybe some small hail. Oklahoma City not seeing anything like that, though. Mostly sunny. This is our tower camera up over Pike Pass Skycam Network. We're at 97 degrees. We've got a south-southwest wind at 13, wind gust at 24. The heat index not really a factor at the moment, but it certainly has been earlier today. Temperatures in the upper 90s across the north. We still have some 100-degree temperatures across the far south, and temperatures have dropped down into the 80s where it is raining out to the west. A south wind between about 15 to 25, but we do have that lone mesonet wind gust at 44 miles an hour where the thunderstorm is currently moving through. So dew points generally in the 60s, but lots of low 70s across eastern Oklahoma, and that's where it feels anywhere between about 100 to 106 to 107 degrees right now in Sallisaw. In Oklahoma City itself, I think we're going to be staying in this dangerous category over the next several days. It does also look like by the time we get into early next week, temperatures and dew points will be increasing, and we could actually approach that unsafe category here eventually. But for the most part, things are pretty quiet around Oklahoma. We do have a few thunderstorms out in western Oklahoma, and that's pretty much it. We've got the ridge pretty much right over us, and around that, that's where we've got that ring of fire, so some showers and storms, and that's going to kind of be the pattern over the next several days. We're going to have the thunderstorms around, but primarily along the border of Oklahoma, with Oklahoma City not getting in on those rain chances too much. Now, over the next few days, temperatures will continue to climb. Upper 90s, low 100s. As we get into Friday, it does look like it's going to be the hottest day, where we're likely going to see the low 100s even here in Oklahoma City. And then this weekend, we're still going to be hot, but it does look like this frontal boundary is going to come through, and maybe even by Sunday, a slight chance of storms, another boundary by early next week, and that's going to provide another slight chance of rain and storms, but only dropping temperatures a couple of degrees. So we're going to go from the low 100s to the upper 90s, and again, that's not really going to make a huge difference at all. So for this evening, a slight chance of storms in western Oklahoma and out in the Panhandle. But overnight tonight, generally pretty quiet. Mostly clear skies. We're going to be dropping down to about 75 degrees in Oklahoma City. In the upper 70s all across the west, low to upper 70s across the far east. And then tomorrow afternoon, it's just going to be hot again. 99 in Oklahoma City. A south wind between about 15 to 25, a little bit more of a breeze out to the west. 103 in Alva, 101 in Hobart, and 103 degrees tomorrow afternoon in Altus. Tomorrow evening, just a slight chance of storms in the Panhandle. And by Wednesday, now I think we're going to see that first 100-degree temperature in Oklahoma City. I think we're going to do that on Wednesday, but 106 in Ponca City, 106 in Enid and in Alva, 104 all across southwest Oklahoma, and the upper 90s still off to the east. By Wednesday evening, a slight to moderate chance in the northwest and out in the Panhandle. And by Thursday, I think we're going to hit about 101 degrees in Oklahoma City, 100 in Miami, 103 in Lawton, 103 in Alta. Same story in Hobart and in Clinton. The upper 90s, though, in the far northwest and out in the Panhandle. The reason why it's not going to be as hot out there is because I do expect to see at least a slight to moderate chance of rain and storms out that way. Maybe a little bit more cloud cover, but again, the bigger headline all in all is just going to be how hot it is, how hot it's going to stay, despite maybe a front or two moving through over the next week or so. So by Sunday, I do have that slight chance of rain and storms. Sunday afternoon into the evening, that's going to drop our temperatures to the upper 90s. So it's not going to make a big impact on us temperature-wise, but at least we could get maybe a little bit of rain out of that. Not expecting a whole lot, obviously, but generally we are in summer. It's going to feel like summer. It's just going to stay that way for a while.